neurotransmitters, specifically dopamine.
Alright, and we're going to be talking about dopamine's role in the episode The Devils in the Details in the Upstairs Bedroom from Season 4, Episode 4 of Psych. So as of now, psychologists know of about 15 to 20 different neurotransmitters, but there are only 5 main ones that you're going to need to know for AP Psych or IB Psych, and dopamine is a very important one.
So, dopamine is involved in voluntary movement, feelings of pleasure, learning, goal-directed behavior, and it's part of the brain's reward system, love and attraction, and finally, addiction, whether it be drugs or something like video games. Now, too much dopamine is going to lead to hallucinations and delusions, which are commonly associated with schizophrenia.
Right, but too little dopamine is going to lead to tremors like those found in Parkinson's disease. In this episode of Psych, Sean is able to solve the case using L-dopa. Madeline, what is L-dopa?
Well, L-dopa is a drug that's used to reduce the symptoms of Parkinson's disease, and it does this by triggering the release of dopamine in areas of the brain that lack it. So.
Right. Alright, so if you remember, Sean was able to tell that Father Wesley had Parkinson's disease by seeing like the shaking in his hand. And from that, he thought, a man with Parkinson's disease is likely to be treated with L-dopa. And since he was still tremoring, he could tell that he was off his meds. And from that, he assumed...
Well, if you remember, Agatha had these crazy hallucinations which caused her to commit suicide. And as we said before, too much dopamine can cause hallucinations. Therefore, if Agatha was taking L-dopa, then she would have too much dopamine in her brain, which would cause these hallucinations.
Right, and so from that, Sean was able to tell that her best friend was feeding her this L-dopa in order to give her excess dopamine, too much for a normal person to handle, that caused the schizophrenia like hallucinations and her to jump to her death.
Alright, so that concludes our segment on dopamine, but
check back for more. We have a lot of important neurotransmitters in our bodies that we need to learn and teach you about, so check back for more on our neurotransmitter series. Madeline, did you add?
I don't know what that's about.
I know, you know that I'm not telling the truth. I know, you know they just don't have any proof. The deception, learn how to think. Your worst inhibition's gonna psych you out in the end.